Alright, we're in the rather weird episodes now, and I'm saying weird because one of them reminds me of an episode of Gravity Falls, while the other one is an interesting episode. Okay, so this is Amphibia, this is episode 6A, this is Sprig versus Hop Pop. So, this is the episode that reminds me of a Gravity Falls episode because it's kind of like Boss Mabel in a way from Gravity Falls. Remember that episode where Mabel makes a bet with Grunkle Stan that she could be a better boss at the Mystery Shack, and so they agree, and by the end of the episode, Mabel learns that being a boss isn't so easy. This is kind of this episode with Sprig and Hop Pop. With Sprig wants to Sprig believes that Hop Pop is a little too harsh on them when they're working at the farm because they want to give all these suggestions, but Hop Pop keeps shutting them down. And so Sprig pretty much decides to make a bet with Hop Pop. And at first I thought they were just gonna make the bet and then be like, all right, fine, deal. And then they would do it. In this, they actually do something different. So apparently the planters have a family tradition of when they make a bet, they have to do a sumo wrestling type throwdown. It's so weird. So basically, the two planters are on a lily pad surrounded by water, and whoever pushes the other one off wins. And that's pretty much what happens. And for some, they never. It's weird because Polly and Hop Pop both bring up that Sprig has never won a match against Hop Pop, but then he wins. And actually, yeah, they kind of do explain it because at first I was like thinking, oh, did Sprig cheat or like did something come into play? No, Sprig just won, and so it's because Hop Pop is old. I guess that's enough. I mean, for me, I was like, really? Okay. So Sprig wins, and that means he's in charge of the farm, so Hop Pop just decides to go off on his own, and you can probably imagine what happens. At first, it seems that it's cool at the farm, with Sprig doing everything, giving the suggestions, like they make a pool, they make this cool water slide, they let the cow worm bulls, I guess, eat the weeds so that way they don't have to pick them up by hand. Everything seems to be good, but then things go a little bit south when they realize, oh, they actually have to farm to get food. They actually, they find out why having a pool is not a good idea because it brings in these giant mosquitoes. Kind of the animals start running amok, and then eventually the farm actually catches on fire. That was a weird moment. And pretty much everything starts falling apart while Sprig tries to hold everything together, but he is slowly going a little bit cuckoo in this episode. While that is going on, Hop Pop, meanwhile, is going. Like I said before, he went off on his own, and he goes to a cemetery. And this kind of starts the I'm past episode 8 right now, and this kind of starts up the Hop Pop being like, well, I'm gonna die. Because this episode, he's at the cemetery, and he's basically like, yeah, might as well be here, right? But he meets, he befriends a beetle that he names Jeremy, because, I don't know. And he slowly begins to be a part of the beetle community, I guess. And he kind of, it's basically the classic, you lose your first fight, you then go off on your own, you learn to be one with yourself and one with the world. And you go back and you kick the other person's butt. That's basically what this is. With Sprig kind of falling apart, like he believes that no suggestion is a bad suggestion that is until Anne and Polly suggest that they go get Hop Pop when everything starts falling apart. And that's when Sprig's like, no, we're not gonna do that. We're not getting Hop Pop. So, while Sprig is falling apart, Anne and Polly go get Hop Pop. Hop Pop comes back and they do another fight. And yeah, I like this, but again, it's not, kind of being this formulaic thing. You know what's gonna happen. You know that Hop Pop and Sprig are to come to a compromise, and they were both gonna learn a lesson. Like Sprig being like, "Oh, I realize, yeah, you're right. Running a farm isn't easy," and Hop Pop's like, "Yeah, but I was a little hard on you guys. Maybe I should be taking some suggestions and yada yada yada." That's pretty much what happens, and oh yeah, this joke stuck out to me because Sprig kind of admits it, or was it Sprig? Yeah, I think it was Sprig. It's like, well, it's good to be back in charge of the farm, and Sprig's like, yeah, we might have destroyed the entire ecosystem while I was in charge. Again, it's so random, but it's funny because you can kind of see it. You can kind of see him destroying the ecosystem, so it's funny, and yeah. This is an interesting episode because I guess it's just because it's what's gonna happen. That Sprig is gonna be in charge for a bit and learn that it's not easy, and they're gonna compromise. Again, this is kind of like Gravity Falls' boss Mabel. Mabel is the boss. At first, everything seems okay, but then reality starts kind of kicking in, and she then learns that being a boss isn't easy, while Uncle Stan learns that he shouldn't be too hard of a boss. He should learn to be a little bit sentimental, but obviously not too sentimental. And yeah. It's interesting. I really got nothing else. That's pretty much all I got for this episode. I mean, yeah, it's, like I said, it reminded me too much of Gravity Falls, so that's why this episode kind of came and went. I mean, I still remember stuff. I mean, like I said, there was a few funny moments. The ecosystem joke was really a weird one for me, and yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was pretty short. I think that was like 8 minutes, so see you in the next one.